Hi, I'm Claire Chivington of the Claire Chivington team.
And I'm Steph Giammatteo with Fairway Home Mortgage.
I have invited Steph to join us today because she's one of the lenders that we work with, and she's awesome when it comes to first-time home buyers. So my question to you, Stephanie, is when a buyer comes to us and they are not pre-approved and we say, have you met with the lender yet? Have you got your pre-approval? And they're like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Help us I wouldn't say help us understand, help us with our buyers and those that might be watching understand why that's so important.
Absolutely. So the first thing that we want to do is have a conversation so that way you as a buyer understand what your options are, what your buying power is, and how things work. Because you can tour homes all day long, but if you find one, you love it, and you can't qualify for it, or you don't like the payment, we're not really putting you in a spot to be empowered. So step one would be meet with a local lender. We can have a conversation about getting pre-approved. Now you can do a pre-qualification, but that's kind of a hope and a dream. That means the lender hasn't looked at your documentation. A pre-approval is definitely more in depth where we are going through and we're actually checking to make sure you qualify for what you can qualify for, and then reviewing all those options. So that way you can make the best decisions together as a team.
And one of the things that we always say when we work with our lenders and our buyers is our lender might approve you for X amount of dollars, but like Stephanie said, when you hit that payment and you go, yikes, that's not what I want.
Yep.
Stephanie's awesome because she can bring that payment down and say, okay, this is where you want to be. This is the range that you want to look for. When talking with your buyers and explaining that process to them, what are some of the questions you most often get asked?
Yeah, oftentimes people will ask about down payment. And the down payment will vary depending on the program that you're on. And especially for first-time homebuyers, there are some programs that can help with that. But again, we need to have time to review those options together. So you want to have a little bit of time to get pre-approved. I'm not talking months, but we certainly have more time available to discuss options and just various stages of different types of pre-approval, stronger pre-approval options. If we have more than like a 3-hour notice of you trying to make an offer on a home, say. So yes, down payment is usually the question we get asked most times. That down payment can range from a 0% down payment, depending on the loan program, up to a 3 or a 5 or a 3.5% down payment. Again, it'll depend on the program, but there are programs that can help with that. Credit score is another big one that we get. Yeah. And I always tell people, you do not have to be perfect. A lot of like everyday people buy homes, and everyday folks have had some blemishes on their credit. They have debt. It's not uncommon, and we can still get you some options there.
And last question I'm going to ask is a lot of times the buyers will say, well, why do I need to work with a local lender? They may come with somebody that they found online, and that's okay. But why is it better to work with a local lender?
Great question, and I love this. One is because we're more in tune with the market. So different states do things differently, and even different counties. So in Pennsylvania, there's something called a transfer tax. And you want to be in tune with a local lender that understands what the needs are in those areas, because they can be really different and affect your funds for closing. The other thing is local programs. So if you work with someone out of Texas that's licensed in all states, they're probably not going to be familiar with those local PA programs because they work in so many different states. So it's too much to learn all of them. And then besides that, benefit that you can't like put on paper is connections locally. So thankfully, I like to think that I have a very strong connection in our community, and people know that when I give a pre-approval, it's a good one. So when there's multiple offers on the table, having a local lender is a big benefit because we're not some unknown person from a huge company. We're local and people know us.
That's really great. I appreciate you taking the time today. As you know, if you have any other questions, Stephanie's information is going to be in the contact information below, as well as mine. But we'd love to be able to help answer any other questions you may have. Thank you.
Thanks.